What's wrong with it? Going crazy? Let me know if you need to pause or something. But I'm ready to start whenever you want. Good to go?
I'm good to go.
Awesome. Okay, so first things first, always got to celebrate the week. I mean, we're fucking silver too, which is very nice.
Well, one RR, one RR silver too.
You know, it counts. It counts. But we're doing well. 60% win rate on the Reyna, which obviously looks very good. Stats wise, we're green across the board, which is always a good sign to see green. The funny thing is like round win percentage. It doesn't take much to move this thing up or down, but anything above 50% is really good. So I'm glad to see that. And we're doing well on all maps, like 50% on all maps aside from split. So you messaged me, I was like, okay, let's take a look. I pulled up the tracker, I was like, okay, we're 06. And I decided to look at our split game from 2 days ago, this 11-13 game, to see maybe where we're falling flat on split. And it's pretty simple stuff here. So just because it's simple doesn't mean that it's easy, unfortunately. But we have a couple of things we can drill on split to make it a little bit better. So with that said, let's kind of just hop into the VOD itself. Oh, sorry, actually, I have the notes first. So attack, the main things that I noticed was we aren't really making it through the choke points. There's a lot of util there. So if you're smoked off, typically the way to get out of the smoke or the choke point is to flash. And we aren't doing that. And also our teammates are a lot faster than we are. So we aren't able to kind of maintain their pace. That's something to definitely take a look at. If we do make it out of the choke point, at least on B, I think, I don't really recall many rounds we actually made it out of A site. But on B, we would kind of get to that little pillar spot, and then we would kind of just be stuck. So we definitely need to talk about routing, which, again, can be simple, but doesn't mean that it's easy. But typically when you're routing on B, for example, you either go in like a straight line like this, and you might stop here for a second to use like a util or something, or you would kind of go towards this box so that you can kind of wrap sight. What we're doing is we're kind of getting here and then just freezing, which unironically is actually what Aspas does when he plays Jet. But it means that you don't really take site space. So yeah, there's pros and cons to it. We'll talk about that as well when we take a look at it. And just from a map perspective, we aren't actually going mid too much. I don't know if you recall, but a long time ago, we were doing some like crosshair placement drills when we were like in this little mid area. Like I was having you walk up from here to like kill me here, and like kind of just walk up. That is something that we could do as well if you feel like being with the team isn't working. You made a comment in the VOD, which is very accurate. On split, maybe you should be split. And that is very true, especially as you kind of climb the ranks. The util dump and the stall and stuff like that gets a lot harder. So something that you'll notice on the enemy Reyna POV is his entire team was going A. Like they had like 4A. They were all getting scammed by the KO knife, but the Reyna was like solo lurking B. And they were getting like duels, right? Like I wouldn't want you, if you were to do this, to be on the completely opposite side of the map compared to the team. And typically it's better to be like one lane adjacent. So like maybe you go mid instead if your teammates are 4A. But we'll get into that as well if that's something that we want to explore. On defense, I think something that we could work on is playing potentially more off angles or looking for more off barrier duels. Those kind of go hand in hand on a map like Ascent, for example. It might be more of an off angle, and on a map like Split, it might just be more of like peeking into them. But we'll also take a look at that. I think for me, I have the two notes open. For me, I think the bigger thing is going to be attack. I think we had a 3-9 attack half, and then going into defense, we brought it back to 11-13. So obviously our defense is going to be a little bit better. And it's also a little bit of the map design split is going to be naturally easier on defense. So definitely want to focus more attention on attack. But the thing that is recurring from potentially the last week is staring at the mini map for even longer until the last possible second when we're rotating. I didn't see us do that in this game, so I'll bring it back up when we see it again.
Okay.
But regardless, we will focus a bit more on attack for this one. Any questions so far or any comments?
I don't think so.
Gotcha. Okay, let's kind of hop
Can't
into
end
it.
at all.
So, up until Young Split here. First thing you will see, maybe I should also boot into the game here. I'm on the EU account right now, so hopefully the ping's not too bad. Yeah, actually, I'll boot up into it later with you, but we'll just kind of go through the VOD for now. So we go for the early flash. This is all fine. I am a pretty big fan of the early flash there. If you have two, it's good to chain it. So we'll see, we kind of flash, but we actually don't go towards site. We're kind of making our way towards a ramp. Typically, you would want to go towards site just because this is how the smokes are positioned and you are the first player. But I think this is potentially routing. You might prioritize more a ramp. So I see you go towards ramp here. The smoke is here. And then this is kind of where we pause. So you actually had a little bit of timing to go through the smoke, but regardless, your KO is coming out here. And this is where we'll see the team play thing. He's kind of just going to run out. And we aren't actually like through the smoke with him. And we got decayed here, so you're kind of like waiting. Your eyes are in the wrong spot at this point. So right now you're kind of looking at your screen, and then you'll also look down at your health, but we never look up at the mini map here. And it's a really good guideline to look at your mini map if you're in a smoke or behind cover while your teammate is coming out. So in this case here, let's just take a look at the mini map. If you look at the mini map now, you see the Reyna blind and you see the clove on the left side here. So you can kind of assume that they're going to be both left side, which is important for you because now you can come out of the smoke trying to understand what angle he's on and then pre-aim it. And then you'll be able to support your homie here. Now, of course, the decay timing is really good. We can't account for that because it doesn't show up on the mini map, but that would have been a decent timing for you to try and come out to help your KO just because he gave you the info.
Oh my god.
Coming out here, same thing, right? So we see them again on the mini map. You do end up coming out for the trade, but what you'll notice is we actually aren't like preemptively stopping. So we come
Oh my
out
God.
and then we kind of like, oh, he's there, and the kill's already happened. Whereas
Yeah.
if we saw it on minimap, it could have been an insta kill.
I got DK'd.
And then from here, I believe you get this kill and then get traded. So all good. Next round we go B. Trying to make it out the choke point. You flash here. This is fine. Shoot turret. KO's running out. And then we make it out. But the thing I want you to see is how we were actually first in line here. Boom. First, right? But we're actually, I think, the 4th person to exit the choke point. So KO's out. We're here. Chamber and Clove just ran past us, and now we're 4th. So we aren't maintaining our pacing, which is definitely something to keep in mind. And we'll run drills here to address it if that's what we decide to work on. But now we're out. We absolutely shit on this guy. Get the good trade on this guy. We don't pop our heal. I did notice. I think you used your heal one time in this game, from what I remember. So that's definitely something to talk about too. I believe so.
Oh my God.
But you can see kind of we're in the open here. So we haven't really found cover. Who's planting right now? Yoru's planting. He's in cover. Your KO's close spawn, so he's in cover. And then you and the Clove are kind of just both in the open right now. So
Yeah.
this is kind of your typical routing here. You end up getting, I think, a couple more kills here.
Clove is on the side. Ah!
And this is why it's so scary. We're just in the open, so when you're kind of going back and forth, they can kind of peek you everywhere. But you shit on this guy. Could have grabbed the heal there, and then that probably would have converted for this duel. But I'm just over here pointing things out. This also should be your buy, by the way. I think your teammates like forced last round, so that's probably why you didn't force this
I'm
round.
really bad.
But typically you buy round 3, so I don't know. They did end up forcing anyways, but regardless, we come back out. We're going B again. We throw the flash, and then we pause. This seems to be the common trend. This is why we aren't making through the choke points, because we're backing up. So we pause. Smoke's here. KO flashes. Boom. Typically, when you see a smoke as a flash character, your instinct should be to flash out. That's why your KO does it here. It's also really good as a Reyna to combo your flash with other people's flashes, because to break Reyna blind, you have to look at it, but if they look at KO's flash, it pops. So it's called a God flash. So you always double flash with Reyna. And then if you look at your routing here, if you go back and take a look at where your KO flashed, you would try and route towards the direction here. So this is going to be a little bit advanced, but I'm just going to bring it up. We don't have to dive too much into it. But he's flashing right side, which is going to hit like this lane here, which means that if you were to double blind, you would also blind here, and then you would route towards this box because that's what the flash is hitting.
Okay.
It doesn't really, that flash here doesn't affect this side of the bomb site, for example. But regardless, we go out. We did make it out as second in, which I was pretty happy about. We didn't slow down. Unfortunately, we kind of pause here again, so we don't really know what to do from this point on. And then we're kind of just stuck in the open without cover, and then we get mollied, and the round pretty much just plays out from here. And
oh my God,
that's pretty much it there. So the important thing there is, 1, we could change our routing, and 2, we could add some flashes to the execute. And I guess the first, even before all of that, is trying to be a little bit quicker once we're at the choke point there. So definitely having trouble on split attack, and it makes sense. This is one of the hardest attack sides. Your Yoru ults, so this is something that we're missing as well. Maybe you do this a bit more with other drone util, and you might not be thinking that Yoru ult is the same. But typically with Yoru ult, your eyes should be on minimap for a lot of this, so you can kind of see what's clear. So if we go back really quickly, when he pops his Yoru ult, you'll see he peeks out and screens and elbows pretty clear right now. So when you come through the smoke here, you'd probably be looking either ramp, or you'd be looking for like one of these like weird off angles here that isn't clear from the Yoru ult. But you'll notice it takes us a while to get through the smoke, and our KO's already through, when we could have probably just swung through with the Yoru ult because he didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Now we do flash, which I do quite like. You come out, and now you're trying to help the Yoru and the KO. So if we go back and look at minimap, he sees the Clove there, and he sees the Fade there. That probably means site is clear, by the way, if they play 2 Heaven. So So if you come up here, notice how you aren't taking the fight. We know where both players' locations are based on the midi map, so we should be swinging.
Oh my god.
We don't go for it, so they both die. We have no trade. It's really important that we should be trading.
Oh my god, we're going
Go back towards site here. Like I said, site should be clear. They're just going to be heaven right now. We don't make it out because of the C's, which sucks. Then you turn around and we have this engagement.
Oh my god.
So there's a couple things here. Again, number one, we aren't really making the pacing to go towards site. We're kind of like gravitating towards a ramp. And then we had the same thing that happened on pistol, where we're kind of just waiting a little bit, not actually taking that ramp fight super quickly. So it's pacing issues and routing issues out of the two main things so far for attack, which makes complete sense, especially on a map like Split. So again, we're just identifying this. We'll try and drill it a bit more, but rushing is kind of hard. So similar thing here, we go A side. Smokes drop, boom, we pop the ult. We get smoked. This is where your instinct, again, should be to flash. You'll see we do flash, which is good. And we go out. And this is probably our best chance of an entry so far. We flash through, we're going forward, and then that smoke comes up, which in this case, you would just pop your flash again. Which in this case, we don't flash again, and we walk out, which is a little bit scary, because if he was close left, we could have died. If he was holding single, we could have died. But luckily, we actually did just walk out. And then you killed this guy. So not only are we first in this round, we also was able to make it through the smoke, which is something that we were struggling to do on the previous rounds. And that gives us the entry kill here. And at this point, Reyna snowballs pretty hard. You use your dismiss here, which is great. We're actually using the dismiss. And this is the similar formula to what we practice on Sunset. So where you get a kill, you dismiss to somewhere into cover, and then you would flash and reswing this guy. We didn't actually use the flash here, but that's kind of the situation that, if you remember, would be used here. You do end up killing this guy. Boom. And easy win. Dismiss reposition again. And then if you did see someone, you would use go into cover and flash if we did see someone. But I believe the round is just ended from here. I forget if you get this last kill. No. Okay. So that round we had better pacing, and we were able to make it through the smoke, despite not even using the second flash. Yeah. So we go again. Before I even continue, by the way, I do want to say and point out the reason that we're still climbing, despite all of these, like, I guess, skills to work on, is because the single most important skill that you need to climb the rank in the lower ranks is actually just winning your gun duels. And you can do that by having good gun hygiene, by having decent crosshair placement, and that's what you've been developing over the past couple of weeks. So that's typically why I approach it that way. Now we're moving on to more like game sense stuff, such as like agent mastery, role mastery, and also more like map dynamic stuff. But I guess from my point of view, it's really good that we have this first foundation. So
no, I agree. I think that it's helped a lot.
Yeah, we're shitting on these kids. Okay, so we're going B. Boom, boom. We got spotted by Prowler. We flashed. We canceled the flash. There's a smoke here, and then you'll notice he flashes and they're running forward. We should also be running forward with the flash in hand, ideally. We get mollied off. So the reason why we didn't make it, despite our teammates making it, is because we had that slight pause there. And the way we routed as well wasn't W. Like right here, we should just flash and go forward. But we kind of like went left here. It's a very minor moment, literally so minor. But that timing is like make or break against util like this.
Yeah, I think I dismissed the Lear because I'm not familiar with the double flash like idea, so I assumed since KO was flashing, I should just have gun in hand.
Right, which to be fair is a definitely a valid thing. Typically, if your teammate is using util, you should keep your gun out. I think that is pretty true. So this is just one of the more nuanced things. Typically on an execute as well, everyone util dumps at the same time, and then everyone pulls out their gun at the same time. Whereas like, you know, if you're kind of walking around the map contacting up mid, for example, you might have like one player gun out, one player util. So it's kind of a different dynamic as well. But anyways, we get mollied off. We don't make it out of the choke point, unfortunately,
Someone behind us as well,
due to maybe a little bit of pacing and spacing issues. And then the round kind of devolves. We got one kill, and then the round was kind of over there. So next round, trying to go A again. A little bit slower here, instead of doing the early flashes.
I think for split.
And then we get C's, great C's.
I'm being pulled in.
And I believe this is the round where you decide to split up to go back to mid. So yeah, it's fair to split up here, especially if you've got stalled. I think it makes sense. I think no matter what decision you make in this rank, it will probably end up being fine as long as you can get good duels. So by you going to, I do think you end up winning this round, by the way, despite it being like a 3v5 at some point. And I think it's because you're actually able to get good duels that you're comfortable with. So they lose a bomb here.
Oh, you're joking.
Unfortunately,
Oh, you're joking.
3v5, you end up going down rope, I think, killing 2. Yeah, so you kill this idiot. This would be a good time to heal, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But you kill this idiot. You go next, I think you kill this idiot. Soon. It's gonna happen soon. Boom. Dismiss. That would also be a good time to heal.
Oh, yeah, I think... yeah, immediately I was like, oh, I should have healed instead.
Yeah, and then you try to heal here. Line of sight got cut there, which is why it went south. Shit. But the thing to notice here is, despite it being 3v5 and the bomb being down, we were able to get 3 kills and win the round back because we can win our gun duels. Mm-hmm. And this also kind of goes back to your point that you just mentioned on split, is that it's okay to be split as long as you can kind of get good duels. So you can really, like, realistically climb from silver to gold on paper, I think, without doing the right thing and playing with the team and having good entries. And I think that is a potential route that you could go with. Like, for example, on attack split, you just don't go with the team ever. But I think it would likely be more beneficial long-term for you to learn how to entry with good spacing and pacing with your team, as well as like using your flashes appropriately to do so. But I guess, devil's advocate to that is that your teammates might not actually have good pacing and spacing to support you. This game they did, and we weren't able to support them. But my guess would be that over the course of 10 games, this one would actually be the unique one, where your teammates are actually a lot quicker. Now, I don't know if that's exactly true in your case, but it sometimes can be hard to rush if your teammates are too slow. And I could see that being potentially a hurdle to overcome if we were to go to try to learn entering this week, and like the util and all that just going really fast. And then you look at your minimap after you've taken the site or after you've died, and everyone's just stuck in the choke point. So that is definitely a concern as well. But regardless, we are able to split up and you get your 3 kills here. So go mid here. Your ult, he clears everything pretty much. If you go back and take a look at the minimap, going up, he clears boxes, he clears all of left side. So really only the main thing to worry about is ropes here. When you come up here, we could probably speed up a bit more. I think you could use your flash here. I think you could probably just run past the angle as well. But we aren't doing enough of a service to the Uriel to take the space. We get the kill here. You're kind of looking left. Again, the left side is all clear based off of the Uriel. So this is kind of where that mini-map awareness is coming into play. But we could have even taken ropes, but we died to the ropes player there. So that was, I think, more so a mini-map thing, but also potentially spacing as well. Your Uriel kind of just ran up and cleared stuff, and we weren't actually right next to the guy. So we go next here. Oh, the smoke comes up here. This is where the instinct to flash should come up. So boom, smoke. I was like, oh shit, let me pull out my flash. That should be instinctual. If you see a smoke and you're on attack, you should really consider pulling out your flash. Okay. We end up not doing it here. Yori flashes instead, which is nice. And then he goes through. We weren't able to maintain the spacing there because we kind of did like a slight backup. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it was just the gun sounds, but we weren't able to swing with his flash. So we're a little bit late. We aren't able to trade that guy. So everyone's going through the smoke right now, except us.
Oh my god.
And then now we're through. And then now we flash, which at this point is a little bit late.
Yeah.
So next smoke is up. We decided to go A ramp, which is fine. Again, another smoke. You could flash through this if you wanted to.
That's fine. That's fine.
Or we can just chill. But at the very least, you would try to support the young Clove. You're thinking about the flash. They all die side, so you can kind of see again, we are biasing more towards this little ramp position rather than going towards site. Which is interesting because one of the rounds you won was when you walked into site and you killed 2. So we definitely are gravitating more towards a safer option here. And I believe the round is just a little bit over. I actually don't remember what happens here. Let me go back. Maybe you win this round. I do remember this kill. I do remember this kill. Oh, and then that would also be a heal. I also did remember that. All good. And then he was screens. Oh yeah, and then we get ulted, we get haunted. Yeah, we lost it. This would just be a simple flash here. You would still die probably, but it would be good to flash here.
I'm 1 HP. It's fine.
Well, it is what it is. Okay, so next, go to team. Again, KO's in the front. He knifes. We come out, kind of just trying to break the turret, but we're a little bit slow. They're just going, right? They're just going. Again, we should be flashing. We get mollied off. You can still flash, by the way, when you're mollied off, just to stall a little bit for your teammates. They're both gonna die at some point. We're just waiting this molly out. Okay, and then this way we could flash. Boom, we flash. We don't go forward, we go back to this area. And you kind of tell this is our spot. And then this is where we start repositioning. So this dismiss was good. You just want to cancel it in cover. Unfortunately, we kind of just ran out. But yeah. I did like the idea. If we just got to that box, that probably would have been fire. And then they end up clutching this round. Yep. So again, it's the entry, spacing, routing, pacing, like all of that shit. Kind of just coming back again. And then we lose the next 2 rounds. I think you typed in chat something like maybe we should wait the util out or something.
Yeah.
So we reset. This guy walks up mid. He dies. Kind of running out with the KO, following my homie. We should look left side here because he's looking right. So we look left. It's a bit lazy in the crosshair placement. And then again, you'll notice that your KO is actually looking towards mid. So you should be looking ropes, which is why we get caught off guard by the brimstone here. So we'll see in a second. And then we die to that guy. So that's just understanding where your teammate is looking and trying to pick up the gap. It's honestly a simple skill, but because it's simple doesn't mean that it's easy. There's a lot of, you have to like update your information like every second based on what your teammate's looking at. But anyways, your ult again. So we see the fade, we see the killjoy ult.
Well, we do have the.
We go, boom. We're kind of being a little bit slower, and that's why your KO is following up because he sees everyone on the mini map, right? He's just going out. He knows where they are. And then we're kind of just watching your homie. And then that's why we don't make it out. We're just, the smoke's up, the molly comes up, but we're just not beating the molly right now. If you think about it from Brimstone's perspective, he can't molly and smoke at the same time. So if the smoke is there, you should be able to take the timing unless he's really close to pop the molly. Or I guess if he does molly first and then smoke, which probably would be better. But that is, I do think, why we lose this round. We just don't make it out of the choke point. Then now our teammates die. At this point, you just kind of have to hit your shots and hopefully you win. And then we just get ulted and it's just, it's just L. So pretty much the theme of attack is when we made it out of the choke point, we didn't know where to go. And pretty much for all the other rounds, we weren't really consistently making it out of the choke point. So that's definitely something to work on. And maybe take a look at defense here. Again, defense not as important to me, but it's good to see some of the stuff here, especially because some of it is recurring from last week. So going through here, see mini map here. So they're playing a more split setup. The Reyna is towards B. He gets that solo fight. He gets the kill. And then all 4 other players are spotted A. So you kind of just rotate, which is fine. You go up on this line. So if we're looking at mini map here, you'll see that your KO actually has this line here, which means that you should be able to start walking out ramp to go start flanking ramp. But when we come up here, we actually don't go, and then we're just stuck here. And this is one of the most uncomfortable angles in the game for this map, in my opinion, which you can see we're kind of frozen here. And we also checked our left, despite our KO being there earlier. So I think this really is just that mini-map info as you're rotating. But then now we kind of get caught off guard by this player, which that timing wouldn't have happened if we took the angle earlier on the rotate. So that specifically is the recurring thing from last week. Actually, I forget what happened this week or this round. Oh yeah, same thing. They're going A side, and then we took this fight here. So this one's not really a mini map awareness thing per se. This is more so just a crosshair placement thing. Understanding the angle as you come back out. We're kind of doing the peak thing where our crosshair is in motion as we're peaking, whereas I think last week we were doing a lot better on moving our crosshair to the angle we wanted to peak before we started moving, especially after the flash. Maybe it's because we didn't flash here that we didn't get to see that angle snap, but it definitely seems like you have that skill a lot more down potentially on other maps, or maybe it was just something that you're focusing more on last week compared to this week. Regardless, we lose the fight, we go next. decide to play towards spawn, they go B, they cancel, and then you start rotating, they go back. This is all fine, whatever. I'm not super pressed about the decision-making aspect of this. You do end up winning, I think, 2 fights here. Yep, so kill this guy, dismiss. That would be a good opportunity to heal, because there's no one else out of the choke point. Typically, you only rush to dismiss if you see 2 people on your screen.
Okay, yeah.
But in this case here, since you killed one, you don't see anything else, you could get this kill, tuck back into cover for a second, and then peek back out. And then if he's there, then you can just insta dismiss. And if he's not there, then you can just like jiggle with your heal so that you're going in and out of line of sight. But that's something we can also discuss in the custom. So dismiss back out, you're coming back out here. This is probably where you would want to use your flash. So you kill this guy and then you immediately swing into main. It's a good idea to kill this guy, grab the heal. As you're healing, pull out your flash to flash be main there. So definitely some agent mastery stuff. And you end up spamming this guy, which is nice. Boop. All good. Okay, next round they kind of just run on mid here. This angle's fine. It's good for ops, but it's not like a true off angle, which is kind of why we get run down here. So as a Reyna, you do want to prioritize off angles. Again, we'll talk about this as well on defense, or you could just take the flash fight off rip. But you decide to adapt to play a bit safer mid here, which is fine. We just kind of get caught looking at the mini map here, I think, at some point. Yeah, there it is. You flash refight, which is good. I do like that we're using the flash.
Oh my god.
You could also flash here, but you kill the guy anyways. W. Instant dismiss, you could grab the heal, whatever. At this point, kind of don't really know what to do. This is just mid-round stuff here that we won't necessarily talk about, and we didn't expect the second. So this is all okay at that point. That's not something I want to address right now, it's the mid-round. So again, we pop ult, 1 player A, B player died. We should be rotating on first sign of life, but to be fair, there was a player spotted B and A, so it's a little bit confusing.
Yeah.
But regardless, we do end up rotating over, boop boop, and we're just looking for duels. I don't think we get any this round. Go team, go. So you decide to switch ropes because you're playing the right side a lot. I was like, okay, I'm down. You hear a haunt, boom, you flash, you swing. They're really far back, so you go for another flash swing. Boop. Then they also flash. So we're kind of just trading util at this point. All good. Good seized. Crosshair placement's a bit low here, maybe for the Prowler. And then your KO flanks and kills too. W teammate, he flashes us as well. L teammate. And then from here, I believe we just go into the B retake. Oh no, we kill this guy mid, yeah. We do go for these mid fights. So we didn't really get to do too much of the round start, but I did like that you're looking for that mid fight with the flashes. I think that's definitely a better way to approach mid if you're going to go into those angles like that. So I forget this one here. Oh yeah, this is just crosshair placement. Your crosshair placement on other maps is a lot better, but here we're kind of just like scanning the floor. So good movement regardless, but yeah, it's just crosshair placement. Rotate B, do. And this is where we didn't do the fast rotate, unfortunately. So you see you're going quick here, but then we actually don't go out to help our clove, which is a little bit scary.
There's no way they would still be there.
And you can see our teammates are like clearing mid with the Yoral and the KO push to A. So like mid's not really a threat right now. Your clove is the one that needs help, which thankfully they stayed alive. But it's just a little bit scary that we weren't able to help her earlier. But we did get some nice shots here. Kill that guy, and then you kill the guy new box in too.
Oh, I thought she was over there.
But yeah, this would be a fast rotate to the B site, not to the mid.
Yeah. Just did a new map moment. Shit, yeah, I'm not
Okay, flash day, boom. They're making some mid noise, B noise, just holding the single. This is fine. Your chaos push to A, so you could go B, just like this. Yeah, this is fine. And you get the kill. So this positioning is a little bit better. It's a little bit scary, obviously, because they could come up mid. So it's really good that your chamber put the trip here. But what you could do is you could go out to clear mid here before you go back to B, or you just try and commit to go onto the B site instead of kind of being in this little middle ground here. Just if you want to kind of be more sure. There's nothing wrong with being in the middle ground here because the chamber through the tripwire, but it's a bit more awkward because you're more likely to get into a pinch. Like if that guy was to come up B heaven right now as this guy were to swing out, it could be a little bit awkward. But you end up destroying both of them. This would be a good time to heal, by the way. and we just won the round there. So it's good. Nice shots, right? And this exactly goes back to the point. If you can get your fighting skill up, like just the mechanics down, you can build everything else on top of it. So
What does the smoke mean?
yeah, I don't know what the smoke means either. They don't know what they're doing. So they flash B. This off angle strong. You peek out, you don't see anything. This will play your mid. It's kind of just. This is kind of what's happening with this elo. Everyone doesn't really know what's going on, but I do think this guy's eventually gonna walk up for B. Reyna. Oh no, he's back to mid. So flash. You could double flash here. We'll talk about the mid fights later, but yeah, flashing and swinging here is pretty good, like you do here. Just have to go back to A.
Slow.
Yeah, a little bit slow. It's okay. The mid round on defense is specifically the hard part about this game, but we need to solve the first 15 seconds of defense before even thinking about the mid round.
Okay.
And we haven't been able to address that yet. So trade. Oh no. Okay, nice. Down for the ult here. Yeah, I think we should lose this one off time.
One enemy remaining. There.
Oh, how'd you get over there?
Yeah, so it's all good.
They might hate me for that. I'm the race at this one.
Smoke mid again. And then you hear a couple B. So again, you kind of have to make that decision whether or not you want to fight mid or you want to help your clove B. Both are completely acceptable. It just depends on what you want to do here. In terms of this angle here, it is good. I normally play this angle specifically when I have like a shotgun or something, but it is good. I think you could play it maybe more AD spam, but technically this angle is fine. It's just not normally an off angle that Reynas will play, which is something we'll talk about as well.
I'll just sit here.
They come up mid, they flash. You could look for this timing. You get the kill. Very nice. And we kind of just shit on them. So again, this is the mechanics kind of coming into play here. The peaks are looking good here. You can see the crosshair placement. And the peaks are definitely looking a lot cleaner here. We're stopping a lot of these. And we're just shitting on them, right? This is definitely ideal. Something that's also what you would want to keep in mind when you're doing this is in the back of your head as you're peeking out that you have this tool to dismiss when you need it. So something that a lot of people will do is they'll shoot they'll see a player and shoot like 1 or 2 bullets and then immediately dismiss so they have no chance of dying. So you'll notice we don't do that here, but that is something you could consider. But regardless, that's just the mechanics kind of shitting on them. And then we come out to B, 1 player lurking, and then if they're smart, they just reset, go A, which is scary. Oh, they killed your ult. Okay.
You should run.
Ah.
Last player standing.
No.
Is that impossible around the win? Unless now they just ran at you.
Clove top.
Yeah, well, enough one, right? This one's hard. It's definitely hard.
What the hell? Where is everyone?
Back right?
I can't do this.
Oh, no, he's not.
I can't do this.
Okay, so we have a couple things we could work on. I guess before we even move on, did you have any initial thoughts maybe for each half? Anything come to mind for you? What was your takeaway, I guess?
Mostly, well, kind of what I messaged you about after. I don't think it was immediately after this game. I think it was actually the next day, but I was thinking about Split and I'm like, it feels like it's much easier once there's no util by the other team. And that's probably true for all of them, but specifically for Split, it feels like all of the fast starts to the rounds are always because the other team is just dumping stuff on me. I don't really know what to do at that point. Maybe that's why I'm hesitating, or that's why I'm staying behind everyone. It just, I don't know what to do in those situations.
Yeah, which definitely makes sense.
Yeah. That was the main thing. It's just maybe it's it would help provide a little more clarity if I had a plan for that, or with the one brain cell next step maybe.
Right. I gotcha. Definitely the first thing that comes to mind for me is just pulling out that flash. But yeah, stalled util in this game, You can kind of bucket into a couple of categories. So let's kind of start with smokes, right? So if you get stalled off by a smoke, the counter to a smoke is going to be your flash or drone util typically, but this is one form of stall util. So the power of this smoke is that now you have to worry about like really close angles, like this. Or I guess like if someone's in front of the smoke, if they were to smoke B, you would have to be really scared of like close left and close right. So that's kind of why drone util and flash util is so important to come out of the smoke. Whereas if there was no smoke, you'd probably be able to easily clear this in like these close angles without a flash. Like it probably would still be useful for you to use a flash, but it's not required. But if the smoke is there, it is required. Now the other category of stall util is damage util. So that would be like a raised nade on the choke point. That would be like a molly. If that happens, typically you just cancel. Like you can't really go there anymore because the rotates are going to be there in time, unless your teammate is already out. In which case you could try to just wait for the util and then flash out. But typically, if that damage stall util comes into play, like mollies, nades, you just run away and you go somewhere else. So if that happens on B, it's very typical, at least in the higher ranks, to just turn around and go somewhere else. Or for A, you just turn around and go up A ramp. That's not always the case. Like sometimes your Jet or your Yoru or your Neon will actually make it past the damage util, and then it might make sense for you to either try and catch a timing and take some damage to run through, or if they are still alive by the time the damage util fades, you would try and go for it as well. But the only other category of stall util is going to be like traps. So you have like vice thorns, which is kind of stall util 100%. You have like the wall, you have like tripwires, that type of stuff. That's a lot harder to deal with, and typically it isn't in the realm of the duelist to necessarily deal with it. It's just more so being aware of it. That type of util is more so for your initiators to try and deal with if they have shock dart or something like that. But because you aren't playing an agent with damage util to break the trip, or I guess the thorns, you can't really do too much about it. But if you're playing Raze, for example, you would consider that and try to nade whatever. But in your case, the main piece of util that you're trying to counter is the smoke. So since you have this flash, when you see the smoke, you should be countering it. It's kind of like rock, paper, scissors in a way.
Yeah.
So that's the most important thing. The other thing is whether or not you're first or second in, which kind of goes back a little bit to the Group A conversation and Group B. I know we didn't really talk about this super extensively, so I'm hoping we kind of get into that a bit more in the custom today. But I'm trying to think, I guess, what specifically should we work on? Because I do see we could go a couple of routes here. Number one, we could talk about defense a bit more, like the first 15 seconds. I think that would be useful. I think that we could also have you practice looking at the mini map as you're rotating. We'd probably need a couple of volunteers from chat to fill out the lobby. But that is also something that we could do, because I do think it's really important that you're looking at the mini map when you're rotating. The other route we would go is to really focus on that attack half, kind of just talk about these flashes and clearing the angles and all that stuff, to make that a little bit better. So I guess from your point of view, what would you want to do?
I think I would want to focus on the first one listed here for offense, the choke points. Just because that's where I hesitate the most, I feel.
Okay. That is definitely good. We could definitely do that. We just need a couple of people from the chat, I think, to make this the most effective. So let me just throw a party code in the chat and see if we can fill this up. We don't need like the whole lobby to get filled, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, I'm gonna log into my account real fast.
Of course, of course.
Oh, also, I updated to Windows 11 and my game crashed yesterday for the first time in a long time. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, I updated my OBS and it completely fucked over everything. So I had to revert. You just can't update anything. EU or NA? It's EU. This is EU. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, mine's loading.
Okay. The definitely the easy thing to do would be to have all of the extras, you guys are extras, be on defense and sit in like a corner somewhere on A. And then when we're coming out of attack, I would be using some type of drone util so you can see it on the mini map. So you would come out. So I'd probably play like Sky or something here. I don't think this account has Sky. Might have to be Sova. Sova's acceptable. But yeah, that's how we'll have to do it. Disable GPU scheduling in Windows 11. Is that what that does? I thought that was just like hardware Excel for something.
I don't know what it was. It just like shut down the game completely and I had to reboot it, but it was only that one game.
I gotcha. What's going on? We're just having people join the lobby to help Path drill attack entries. We just need like maybe like 5. We don't even need the full lobby. Let's just see how many people we get in here. Do you need the invite code as well, Path? Or are you in here?
I can jump in. It's just still loading.
Oh, gotcha. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is probably fine. We could probably start with these numbers here. You would just switch to my side, Path, and then we'll just have this. This is good. Okay. Let's see here. Maybe for this, actually, I would be the player dropping smokes. I can't drone, so I'll just drop the smokes. That'll probably be a bit more simple. Too slow? It's okay. It's okay. If we need more people, we'll back out and add more people. I don't think we'll have to, though. Sentient for util? No, you guys don't have to use any util. You guys will just be somewhere on site sitting in a corner. Because the main thing we need to drill first is Path using a flash coming out of the smoke. And then from there we have to clear the angles. So we'll kind of walk through that, which will potentially be a bit more difficult. But let's start on the beef site, because I think that's where we're having routing issues
Okay.
the most. So if everyone on defense can just go to the B site, we'll also go to the B site. Let me full screen my game, actually. I'll go windowed, I think. Were you level 69? W?
Yeah.
This loading screen.
It's probably because of the ping issues.
You think?
Maybe.
I think someone on the enemy team has a hamster PC. I'm looking at you, Brad. No, I'm kidding. My guess would be Brad, though. Level 2 Brimstone?
Well, he's also NA on an EU account, so that's what I got.
I gotcha. Brad with the toaster for sure. Expedition 33 running at the same time? Nah, there's no way. If you can run Expedition and Valorant at the same time, it's probably not you. I've heard that game is really good, though.
I've heard it's really good. Like maybe game of the year.
You gonna play it?
I want to. It's on my list. Also,
I gotcha.
like a full French team, I think, development team. So that's cool.
Oh, does that make sense? Isn't that the game like a JRPG?
I have no idea.
Where,
This is just what I've been told.
I gotcha.
We meet again.
So what should
My
I?
ult
What should I
is
have?
ready.
Just everything?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We're just going to the B-bomb site. Okay. So this actually works out because I can't shoot back. So I always forget these key buttons on this account's fucked up. Okay, so we just need people to play in certain spots. So maybe we'll have Brimstone play in this corner here. And then we'll have maybe, yeah, KO, maybe you can play here, like holding the smoke. And then the Reyna will probably be here soon. We'll have the Reyna play Hell, just like staring here. This is probably fine. Okay. I just need you guys to stand here looking dangerous, but don't shoot back. And we'll just have to have path clear some of these angles here. So, Brimstone, can you stand here? And you're gonna be on like this, this angle here. Yeah, just where I'm standing here, looking straight. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh,
Come on, Brad.
Plant the spike.
Oops.
Yeah, he's on a different team, so they can't see it.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Honestly, this is acceptable. So, what's gonna happen is that there's gonna be a smoke here. Boom.
No peeking.
Okay. And then you're gonna flash out of the smoke, and you need to pick a side to look at. Okay. So, when I'm gonna go out first, and you're gonna stare at the mini map,
Dropping smoke.
and you're gonna try to figure out where to look. Does that make
Dropping a
sense?
smoke.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna run out, and you're gonna flash for me. So go ahead and flash.
Still in sight.
Okay, so now I'm coming out, and then I'm clearing space,
Multiple
and then you would be
enemies
right next to me, figuring out where to pre-aim. So let's go back and take a look.
Dropping
Let's say I have this smoked, and you're flashing, and you see my character model looking left.
Cutting their
You see me looking left?
Mm-hmm.
That means you wouldn't look left, you would look straight, or you would look to the right,
Okay.
because I'm already
Enemy
looking left.
spotted,
Does that
B.
make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna come out with your flash. I'm gonna kill this guy on the left, and you're gonna choose either straight and right, and then you're gonna kill that guy and dismiss.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Dropping smoke.
Cutting their vision.
Pew, pew. One enemy remaining.
Okay, now you have to dismiss.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then now you're back in cover. So that would be an ideal scenario. I clear left, you kill the right, and we don't die. Okay. Realistically, you'll see here there's a, well, fuck the player despawn. You can turn on auto respawn, but there's a player here, there's a player here, and then there's a player here, which means that you can't clear everything. Can we shoot? No, just don't shoot back for now. We just need to get the reps down first. But that's kind of your job here. You're looking at minimap to see what I see when I come through the smoke, so you can support me. And then you also have to be right next to me. That's also really important, right? So like you wouldn't flash from back there if there's a smoke here.
Mm-hmm.
If there is no smoke, then you would flash from back there, and then we would kind of just send it.
Okay. I'm
But-
just trying to see like where Brim disappears on my mini map, or how he disappears. Okay.
I gotcha.
Okay. I'm good.
Dropping
Okay.
smoke.
Still in sight.
Dropping a smoke. One enemy
Don't
remaining.
resist.
So in this case, you would look
Enemy spotted
to the
B.
right, because I look straight.
Oh, I thought you looked
And you-
to the right.
Yeah. And you have to see where I'm looking literally like last possible second as I come out. Because like I'm gonna be in front of you.
Cutting their
Okay.
vision.
So you look right here. Or left, but the KO is not spawned in, so. Which
Yeah,
honestly I don't really look left a lot of the time.
Oh really? Okay.
I kind of just gamble it.
Yeah, maybe gambling right is the better choice because usually people are there instead of here. I feel like earlier in like maybe the iron level that there were more people like waiting here for me, but
Right.
now there's like no one ever here.
And your flash buys you time too. So like,
Yeah.
let's say like you flash out and the flash gets immediately
Cutting their
broken
vision.
from the left side, then you would know to pivot, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing with this flash. So go ahead.
Still in sight.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Yeah, that would be the kind of entry. And that you make sure your spacing is really good. So I'm gonna go back here, and we're gonna do it from back here, and you're just gonna follow my lead. Okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Dropping smoke.
Still in sight.
Oh, one enemy remaining.
Okay.
One
So in that
enemy
case, you're
remaining.
actually first. You beat me, which is probably fine. But you made it through first.
Okay. So I should wait for you.
If you want to. It's not a requirement, but sometimes you will have a teammate go in front of you and it makes your life easier. Like
Enemy
it's almost
spotted
always
B.
better Sorry, it's almost always easier to be second or third in than it is to be first in.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're first in, you kind of have to like look everywhere. You have to look right, left, fucking everywhere, and it's really difficult. But it's something that you might have to do. Now, if you were to be first in, the recommendation is to use 2 flashes, because then the first one gives you a little bit of info. For example, if you use the first flash and it's not broken, then you can probably assume no one's close, because they probably would have shot it. So try that real quick, and just throw 2 flashes. 1.
Cutting their vision.
And then 2, and then run out.
Still in sight.
So now you heard the flash on the right side. So that's what you would try to kill. So we could do that again, just double flash, and then try to get the kill off of the infinity.
Cutting their vision. Still in sight.
One enemy remaining.
And then you dismiss. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Difficult though.
Yeah, I think it'll take me a while to get to that as like a habit.
And generally it is a decent idea to double flash if you have it on the execute anyways, when you're going through a smoke.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be the easier thing for you to do anyways if you have to.
Yeah, especially if I die early anyway. Maybe it's just worth it to just
Commit to.
sacrifice. Yeah.
Yeah. So this time I'm gonna run out, and you have to pay attention to where you're flashing and where I'm looking, and I'm gonna try and confuse you. So you need to
Okay.
come through and kill the other player.
Okay.
Any KO, revive, and joy? You can turn on cheats and spawn. Escape, cheat, scroll all the way down, auto respawn. This guy's a noob. He's the highest level in here. He doesn't know how to auto respawn in a custom. Let me type in the chat. Escape, cheats, auto respawn at the bottom.
Oh, I think that's.
Enemy spotted
okay.
B.
Yeah, there we go. Haha!
Enemy spotted B.
Okay, so yeah, you're gonna clear the angle that I'm not clearing, okay?
Okay.
Is that, you ready?
Yeah. Should I double
Dropping
flash as well?
You can
Cutting
do
their
whatever you
vision.
want.
Cutting their vision.
That's 3. Enemy spotted
And then yeah, that's kind of thing. Okay, so come back here again.
B.
Now
Dropping
this time I'll
smoke.
just walk in the smoke.
Still in sight. Still in sight.
Shot.
Maybe it's a bad flash because Reyna is not getting flashed at all.
Where are you flashing?
I don't know. I just kind of.
Cutting their vision.
I mean, it's maybe too far. Yeah, you could do it on the floor. I would put it directly in the middle here, if you can.
Cutting their vision.
Like,
Still in sight.
yeah, somewhere here. Yeah, you can do it high, you can do it low. I'd probably do it low, just in case for the
Okay.
close left player.
Still in sight.
But if you have a read that close left is clear, it would be better to do it high.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna smoke again.
Dropping
Just
smoke.
remember, you're clearing the angle that I'm not clearing.
Cutting their
Ready?
vision.
Down you go.
Okay, let me do your chat, because I wasn't looking at the POV. Were you able to see that I changed last second to go with right side?
No.
Okay. Okay, flash.
Cutting their vision.
That is the kind of idea. We'll get a couple more reps. I'm also going to, if you could screen share for me, I'm going to pull it up on my second monitor.
Oh yeah.
And then we have to talk about routing too. This is just the initial part. Like, this is literally just getting out of the checkpoint. We have to figure out where you're going to go after.
Oh, you said it's the first 15 seconds, right? That we're working on.
That's for defense.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, so
Can you see my screen?
Prepare for hellfire!
yes, but the preview of your stream disappears when I alt tab. How do I not have that happen? Because it says it's saving resources. Oh no! Oh, we're good. We're good. Okay, nice.
Enemy
Okay,
spotted
so
B.
same thing.
Dropping smokes.
Ready?
Still in sight.
Flash. Okay, so let's just say theoretically we kill everyone. The routing that you're typically going to take, in my opinion, is to flash out so you can get to this box.
Okay.
And then from here, when you
Still in
you
sight.
have to clear this corner.
So I should
Oh,
probably
Reyna.
look right anyway for that.
Yeah, so let's do the thing. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go straight. And you're gonna go right into hell and you're gonna clear this corner. Reyna, enemy Reyna, you just play this corner. Yeah, you're gonna kill that idiot. And then you're also gonna look for the player that drops out heaven and they're gonna wrap backside, okay?
Okay.
Dropping smokes.
Cutting
you go.
their vision.
Enemies B.
I should go into here.
You should go into there. So let's change the positions a little bit. Brimstone, can you come here? Here. I don't know if you can hear me. No, our KO left.
Okay, maybe.
Had your wished. Refreshing.
Where is here?
Where the Reyna is. Perfect. Okay. So Brad will stand there. You're gonna come out, Path. You're gonna like flash out, look hell. As you come out hell, you're gonna look and clear this corner. Once you kill this player, you can heal if you want. And then you're gonna pull out, if you have another flash, you'd pull out another flash, and then you're gonna kill the Brimstone here.
Okay.
So I guess for this, you'd only have one flash for the execute.
Dropping smokes.
Yeah, you ready?
Cutting their vision.
Heidi.
Still in sight.
I guess. Well, okay. So I heal from this kill, and then
Yes.
I dismiss
If you
maybe
need
from
it.
this one. Okay.
If you, also optional, but yeah, I would say short answer, yes.
Dropping smokes.
Okay.
Still in sight.
Enemy spotted.
Cutting their vision.
Okay, so that is what I would say your routing could be on B. Like, ignore this other routing for now, because I think this is going to be
Okay.
too complex.
Yeah.
Just
I
try to
can
go
cut
out to
it.
the right side here. Like, you would flash,
from
basically, from here, and then you'd basically wide swing instantly with your flash.
Okay. Let me just check.
Cutting their vision.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't see that until you're closer. Yeah.
So maybe. So is it good to just kind of like hug this wall? I guess.
Kind of, yeah. You can like go in the center too. Like, I don't know how to explain this, but maybe turn off auto respawn real quick and then die, and you can spectate me.
How do I?
It's on the, oh yeah, auto respawn's off. Perfect.
Oh.
So turn on ghost and then just go through the map and die.
What? I don't know.
And then you have to turn it off. You have to turn it off once you're in the wall.
Oh, okay. I've never done this before. What?
Okay.
I survived.
Last player
Um,
standing.
Oh.
That's fine. Thank you, Brad. Okay, so can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm smoked out. Where's my smoke? Then like I'm flashing here. Boom, flash. Okay, I would come out clear hell, and then I would come here. Like, notice how like I'm coming out on the center. So
Hmm.
boom, flash, clear hell, clear, and then I come out clear this, and then I would like grab the heal, and then I would come out and kill this
Target
player.
down.
Oh, okay.
So
Drop in a smoke.
maybe I'll use my decay for the flash. I'm
Have one of
flashing.
these.
Clear hell. Okay, cool. Clear the corner. Heal. Maybe I flash here if I want, and then I'll just swing here. And sometimes you'll see them on rafter. Sometimes you'll see them backside. So like when you flash here and you swing, you don't see anything. You might want to keep going to like clear this box or clear
Yeah.
this corner. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to keep doing reps on this, or you want to look at A site?
Let's do one more rep, at least.
Okay.
How
Yeah,
do I
you can turn on.
yeah.
Just turn on auto respawn. Perfect.
Oh,
Okay. You ready?
Dropping smokes.
Still in sight.
Woo!
so I bumped into you there.
Yeah, so that's also a spacing thing too, which is kind of important too. I don't know how to explain the best way to do that, but you have to be in like a different line than I am. So if you see me on this middle line here, you'd have to be on this line.
Okay.
Or if you see me on this line here, then you'd have to be in a different one.
Cutting their vision. 3 souls.
Nice, nice.
All right.
Nice, nice. You want to do another, or do you want to hop over to A site?
Let's do one more if you can smoke.
Yeah.
Dropping smokes.
Cutting their vision.
That's a kill. Enemy spotted. Refreshing. Enemy spotted.
Feeling sight.
Oh, that one didn't get.
Feeling sight. Cutting their vision.
Honestly, the best flash you could probably do is going to be like here,
Enemy
Oh.
spotted.
just in case they swing you. Yeah.
Cutting their vision.
Yeah. That'd probably be best. Okay, ready to go over to A?
Yeah.
Okay. A is harder, I will go ahead and say.
Oh, but in your messages you said the other guy goes A?
What was that? What do you mean?
Enemy
In that
spotted.
Oh, that was for
VOD
defense.
review.
That was for defense.
Oh, okay. Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so, Brad, could you play this close corner here? You can just stay like at main here. Yeah, perfect. And then we still have Kuro, right? The Reyna. Can you play this site angle here? And just looking, yeah, perfect. Thank you. Somewhere here. You could play here maybe, but that's the angle we need to clear. So this one, it depends on how the smoke is. If they smoke like normal, like flush like this, you're gonna have an easier time hard clearing left because you can just peek through the smoke and clear this without exposing the site. So come on my angle so you can see it. Yeah. So look how you can clear that without being exposed to the site
Enemy
clears.
spotted.
Like, turn around really quick and look here. You're just gonna look into a wall. So you can isolate this by clearing left and then coming back out and clearing sight. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can peek this and then peek this. The problem is all of these other angles deep, like elbow, flower, heaven. That's what your flash is trying to cover.
Okay.
Okay.
What if
so
the smoke is like back here, like how it usually is, or how it was in that game?
this one here.
No peeking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would flash through this, and then you would look for the
Feeling
elbow
sight.
player here. Like you would just look for the player. Let me go ahead and stand there. Okay. So you'd flash
Feeling
through,
sight.
and then you'd look for me here. Yeah, and then you'd kill me.
Am I too high
And
or
then
too
from-
low?
No, I'm on your team.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, you would path back out, and then you would try and kill the brimstone close left. And then you would look to the right, and then you would kill, yep, that Reyna there. And then from there, you would keep coming out, and you would clear this side of the box. This one, where I'm standing. And then you would clear this corner here.
Should I worry about
There.
here?
So that is last. So
Okay.
it would be this angle, then this angle, and then this angle. And then after you clear this corner, you would come back, look here. And then from here, you would clear backside of the screen.
Okay.
So maybe you can spectate me do it really quickly and then respawn and do it again. I won't have your flash, but that's okay.
Oh, did I do it wrong? Hold on.
I don't know why it's not killing you.
Oh, I'm stuck in the wall.
You're gonna have to ghost in and come back out. Maybe someone else can shoot you.
Yeah.
You have to turn off ghost because when you have ghost on, you're technically invulnerable.
Last player standing.
Okay, perfect. Okay, if you guys can go to your positions, I'm gonna clear these angles.
Dropping
So.
smokes.
And
No
pretend like this
peeking.
decay is a flash.
Here, catch.
Not bad.
Nat 20. Right.
Then I would clear this, and then after I clear that, I would come here, clear this, and then I would come back around, clear this. The problem is all this routing didn't clear this corner. This
Or
one's popular.
The window?
Yeah, well, there's a smoke here.
Oh, okay.
So you're trying to gamble at the smoke clears it.
Dropping
So,
smokes.
or like
Dropping
has you.
smoke.
So again,
Yeah,
decay
yeah.
would come through, clear this. Look, wait, I fucked that up. You go here, here, and then here. And sometimes after this, I will turn around to clear this, but at that point, I'm probably dead. So
Yeah.
that's one way to route it. I would say that routing I just showed you is the really aggressive one. I'll show
Okay.
you the safer one.
Dropping smokes.
Drop all these smokes.
No peeking.
So this is the safer one.
I'm
Decay,
on
you
these.
come out, you clear this, and then you come this way, clear this, and then you can do it from here, and then you can kind of like clear this from here, and then now you're safer because the heaven player can't kill you, and
Yeah.
you're not really running into sight. But this one requires you to turn around a lot, because like you go here, then you turn around. Wait, you go here, then you turn around, you clear this, and you come here, clear this, and then you kind of clear this, and then you go here. So you have to turn around a lot, whereas the other one, I feel like you don't have to turn around as much.
But the other one, you're just hoping that they don't shoot you in the back.
Pretty much,
Okay.
which is scary. That's also what your flash could be used for. Like you could, your first flash could land here for the post player, and then after you kill this player, you could flash again, and that flash would land here, and this guy might shoot it, or this player might shoot it, and that would give you space.
Okay.
So first flash for the brim. We could try that. You could use your first flash to kill this guy, and then you could stop here, come back into the smoke, and pull out your flash again for this player.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can respawn and try that. Give it a go.
Okay.
No peeking. Dropping a smoke.
Cutting their vision.
No peeking.
Still in sight.
Oh, make sure you're in cover when you do the second one.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright,
Hold on.
run it back.
Dropping smokes.
I should have picked brimstone so I can do all these smokes.
Cutting their vision. 3 souls. Cutting their vision.
I don't know if that hits though.
4 dead.
Maybe
You can do it more right. Yeah.
Still in
like
sight.
that.
Yeah, the more right it is, the more it will get the angle. Like, you could even do it along this wall here. If you do it along this wall, though, it won't blind this close right player in this
Cutting
lamp,
their vision.
but that's probably okay. Like, it won't get this guy, but
Still in
you
sight.
just have to clear it. But
Enemy
yeah, the more
sight.
right you do it, the more it will get that Reyna. Which is probably better anyways.
Okay, so like
Cutting
in
their vision.
here.
Yeah.
Still in sight.
Yeah. That definitely slows it down a little bit, because like sometimes I'll be greedy and I'll just do one flash and I'll just go. Like you could technically, like from here you could do the flash through the wall on the right, like
Cutting
when
their
you're in the
vision.
smoke, if that makes sense, and then it will hit the brim and the Reyna.
Well, I didn't see if it hit the Reyna. If that one hit the Reyna. Let me see.
It will, it
Still in
will.
sight.
Very hard
to be
for me to
more
get
right.
my
Yeah.
crosshair back in place.
Cutting their vision.
I know. That's part of the skill. You have to do it quick. What sensor are you on?
0.26?
That's 800?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so go to 800.2, do it for a little bit, and then go back to 0.26.
0.2?
Yeah, so it'll make you be really slow, and then when you
no.
come back, you'll be faster. so let's try that again. Let me respawn as Brim,
30 seconds left.
and we need
I have this
everyone to get
virus.
back into their positions.
Reminds me of someone.
So that's why I can triple smoke.
Dim beacon here. Multiple enemies,
Thank you. Okay, let me come back here. And I will triple smoke us.
Fully smoked.
Still in sight. Finish.
Sorry.
Cutting
Your
their
face.
vision. Adios.
Wait, was it back here first?
Technically you clear this first right screen already when you peeked out. So like when you're coming up here, you probably just have to worry more about this elbow corner.
Okay.
Okay.
Enemy
Can we drop the
spotted.
smokes again?
Fully smoked.
Cutting their vision. 3 souls.
Actually, yeah, let me go on the enemy team and then I'll be on the elbow spot. I'll do the same smokes though. One sec, I'm
A
fucking up the heavens.
1v4.
Well, hey, I was okay.
Still in sight. Cutting their vision.
That was not a good one, I think.
Okay, run that back. We can keep switching positions here, maybe. Me, Brad, and Kiro. And your job is to clear everything.
Okay.
Still in sight. Still in sight.
Oh.
So you clear close on the brim, you might have to look towards me.
Okay.
I would say that's pretty realistic in a game.
Okay.
Cutting their vision.
I jumped off.
I know,
Me too.
it's hard when you don't have that much space.
Cutting their vision. Still in sight.
That flower spot is hard to clear. But you would want to try and clear it early if you could, to be
First.
honest.
Okay.
Cutting their
I don't know if you
vision.
can do it first, but
Uh,
you would have to peek in the sight first. It would have to be like a gamble between clearing flower and the slant angle. It's like if I'm here and they're flower, you have to pick kind of one, to be honest.
yeah.
But that is the downside of being first entry.
Maybe I walk far back enough I can see both.
You you might be able to.
Cutting their vision.
Oh, my bad.
Very good.
Still in sight.
Can Path isolate the sight fight before I see them? You might be able to, but I don't think so. You might be able to like scale here to clear slant before flower. Let me sit in the corner and see if there's a way that you can clear one of us before. You might have to clear flower first before seeing me.
Yeah, I think so actually. If I'm back here, then for sure. But
Yeah, so maybe try that.
well, if you're in that corner, can you see me when I'm right here?
No.
You can't see my character body. Okay, then this
Well,
is
I
probably
can see
fine.
like your butt.
Oh.
Like if I walk
Well,
out a little bit.
I mean,
but
you could definitely shoot me.
I could definitely peek out at some point, but if you do it really quick, then I think it probably would be fine. Yeah, try that routing. Let me go these smokes.
Cutting their vision.
Well, okay.
Yeah, you'd have to do left, right, left.
Still in sight.
Oh my god. I could do a second one there.
Good. Yeah, you could. Alright, now you can go back to your old sense. You're at 2-6.
Oh my goodness. I'm like underwater right now. Okay.
Cutting their vision. Still in sight.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's left, right, left. So we could label these. This would be 1, like angle 1 here is this corner where I'm standing. Angle 1. Angle 2 would be like over here.
Oh my
Then
god,
angle
which
3
brim
would
stuff?
be
Okay.
this brim. Yeah, this would be
Mhm.
3. And then 4 would be flower. and then 5 would be that slant angle all the way back here. So that's the order you would have to do this in.
Okay, let me see if I can remember this. So, oh wait, you can't see my pings, right? But I'll just shoot.
I can
So, like,
switch to the
this-
team. Yeah.
Okay. So this.
One here.
Oops.
There.
This
That's okay.
corner, 1, and then like 2 this general area. So
Yes.
There.
2, 3,
There.
Yeah. And then,
and then 4
There.
yeah. Uh-huh.
and 5.
And then 5.
There.
Yeah. And then I guess elbow would be 6 when she takes sight.
Okay.
But that's like, yeah,
There.
6. Okay, so let's run through that.
Fully smoked.
Still in sight.
Shit, I already forgot. 2, 3, 5, and then just kind of running back here.
There.
6.
Yeah, pretty much. Like once you clear the front sight space, like everything else is kind of whatever. But
Okay.
yeah, let me drop these smokes real quick.
Cutting their vision. Cutting their vision.
2. Oh my gosh.
It's kind of hard to turn around, huh?
Yeah. What was the safe option? from back here.
Yeah, yeah.
But then
Yeah,
I
it's
still
third
don't
flower.
have to worry here.
Yeah. But you'd be able to get your second flash out from there, probably.
Still in sight. Still in sight.
Well, that gets both of you.
Cutting their vision.
I'm down here.
Yeah.
Cutting their vision.
Okay, I don't know. What's your prescription?
I mean, it's just reps, really, I think.
Okay.
Well, what do you mean on the routing, or what?
Yeah, which one maybe? The
I mean, I
safer,
think
the
you'd be
aggressive
more...
one?
Yeah, I think you'd be more comfortable doing the safer one. Like, you'd kill this, and then you'd come back here, and then you'd go from here, and then you'd just flash again from here. Clear this, and then you go.
Still in sight.
That means that you'd have to, like, kill this first angle, and then you'd peek the second one without a flash, probably.
Yeah.
You could also just
Still in
flash
sight.
through the smoke and run forward like this.
True. I could put the flash to the
Cutting their
right
vision.
and just go immediately left.
Yeah, you would have to run and gun the close guy, though.
Yeah.
That's an option. I could go
Cutting
there
their
if you
vision.
want.
Oh. Okay, hold on.
Still in sight.
And then you'd have to turn around in time. So that's the hard part, I think, for you, is like actually whipping around in time.
Cutting their vision. Still in sight.
If you go from the left side of your mouse pad to the right side of your mouse pad, how much do you turn?
Let's see. This is start. End.
Let me see if that's the same for me. Look at the center of the screen here. And then do
And
it.
on the left.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That is pretty much the same.
But I am never extending my arm this far out, I think.
Wait, do it from the screen again? Oh no, it's less than mine. By barely.
Do you think it's because of the sense? Okay,
No,
go
I
up
went
to
through your sense.
3. Oh.
I think your mouse pad's just small.
But I just got it. The big one. Comparatively.
Wait, which one do you have now?
Well, this is the Fnatic one that I showed you, I think. I don't remember
Oh, yeah.
the full name of it, but
Yeah, I thought it was a big one. Maybe it's fine. But you should be able to like turn around. So that could just be like a thing to train, like fucking faster. But like right now I'm on your sense, and like you should be able to turn around. You're just not turning around. You could like throw your arm, you know.
Blah. That's it.
Sounds like you're using a ball mouse,
I know.
which I know you're not. But that's what it sounds like. Yeah, I mean definitely increasing the speed to turn around would help your routing for sure, because like then you'd be able to like flash, turn, like, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
That could also just be a trained skill too, like just practicing turning around. Boom, 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 boom. There's something you can do in the range where like pretend like this is the range here. You put it on like eliminate 50 or easy bots or something. You would look the other way. The bot spawns. You turn it right in. Turn around on the sound. Get the kill. Turn back around. Get the kill.
I mean, we can try. Sounds tiring.
It is. But it's probably useful. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else though. Maybe we'll on the end the custom there. We're going to the range. Thank you, Kiro and Brad and Teo. Thank you. And let's go on the range real quick.
Okay.
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.
Okay, should I just watch your screen now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Oh, I'll stop streaming for a second.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, you can do easy bots. I think my audio is too low. You do something like this. And you just basically try to hear the spawn sound and turn around. I have it a little bit loud right now, but
Yeah.
that's the idea.
Oh my goodness.
You could try that for a little bit. It also might make sense for you to flash, but I don't know how you would do that, to be honest, without overcomplicating it. So maybe just do that for now. Easy bot, turn back around. That's probably what you're gonna have to do to train this. And when you're training this, I would recommend doing a sense that's slower than your normal sense, so that when you go back to your normal sense, it would be easier. So like right now I'm on 0.1, I turn back, and then I go back. You know, I don't have the sound on, but you get the point.
Yeah.
And then you can be a bit quicker, and then again when you go back up, so like now I'm on your sense, it's just gonna be a little bit quicker for me.
Wow, this feels impossible.
You'll definitely get the hang of it. It's just like the lack of repetitions, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it also could be posture related. Like, I guess my question would be like, how much of your arm do you have on your desk? Like those type of questions. But there are pro players that have like, yeah, there are pro players that don't have arm on their desk at all, but they can still have that arm range of motion. But some pros like rest their elbow on the arm rest thing.
I do rest my elbow on the armrest.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I wonder if I can show you my sitting position right now is a little lackluster.
Okay.
But I have a second cam for. You might have to. Well, actually, this is bad. Maybe not. Maybe it's not helpful.
I could pull up the stream. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but did I flip it vertically? Okay. I just don't know if it's helpful to see for you.
I got you.
And also, my couch is kind of a mess behind me. Let's see. And it just looks at my microphone right now. So I'm gonna move it. Hold on. Never mind, I can't move it. But basically, I have my arm on the arm thing on the, and then I have like this. I'm sitting terribly right now, but you get the idea, I hope.
I think so.
I don't know if this is helpful or not.
Yeah, so I see like you barely have your arm on the pad. Yeah.
Yeah.
That probably explains a
Well,
little bit of it.
you can't see anything behind the microphone, but
Yeah, let me see. I'll show you what I'm working with here so you have a better idea.
okay.
Like this is how much arm I have on the like my elbow's back here. But like when I swipe, I can turn around with like my
Oh,
pivot
wow.
point. It's like whereas you're probably like down here when you're turning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which you could still do that. Like I could still do it if I'm down here for sure. It's just like I have definitely less range of motion. And for me, it's because I run out of my bungee, my cord runs out. But people get past that limitation that you're struggling with by either scooting back in their chair. So like there aren't like basically their pivot points further back, but like they could still swipe a lot. But yeah, you just in my opinion, I think you can either have more arm on your desk or you would try and scoot back a little bit.
I think my problem is that my mousepad is actually covering a bunch of stuff, so there's like it's bumpy underneath it. I can't really use the upper half of it.
I see. That's that's something I hated about my old desk. Yeah. You could just be like a wrist aimer too. Like if I go up, for example, and I'm playing like 175, which would be 3-5 for you, I'd be able to turn around with like less range of motion. So I could still do it from down here, just not as easily. And then I would have to just pick up my mouse and reset a lot. But it's harder to control. But right now you are playing with limitations.
Yeah.
If you can't turn around quickly, that's kind of a problem in this game. Well, it's not a problem necessarily, but like if you're angle clearing, it's like you should be able to go from here to here in angle snap, I guess.
Maybe in the lower ranks it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, you could definitely get away with it. And the flash definitely helps, you know?
Yeah.
The flash definitely helps. But it would be good to train for you to try and turn around at least. Like it's like a basic enough motion that you can once I think you get a couple of reps on it, you'll probably be okay.
Okay.
So yeah, you could try doing this with the easy bots or something, and then kind of just go from there.
All right, I'll try it.
But yeah, so I would say for this week, it's definitely routing stuff. Definitely use the flashes, I think, for your executes. I think it'll help a lot. But pretty much aside from that, I don't really. I know we were supposed to speak a little bit about defense, but I think for now, attack's going to be the more pressing matter. I would say the main thing for defense, I would just want you to try and do is make sure you're looking at the mini map as you're rotating as much as you can.
Yeah, I think when I notice when I start losing a little bit of morale, that I'm like I get a little lazy with looking at the map,
Yeah,
which is kind of counterintuitive. So maybe I just need to keep that in mind.
I definitely feel that. You know, I mean, but I'm not really like the game's not going my way. I do like a lot of things that I shouldn't be doing. So I would say it's normal to some extent. Definitely. But yeah, let's revisit these notes here. So what do we have? Okay. Let me window it real quick. Okay, so attack, not making it through the choke point, smoked off, no flash, having trouble. Okay, so what we need to do, I'll bold it here. Maybe I'll put it down here actually. Flash to get through smokes. Let's see. Action rules. Flash to get through smokes. Clear angles that your teammates aren't clearing if they are in front of you. And yeah, that's pretty much the two main ones. Flash to get through smokes, clear angles that your teammates aren't clearing if they're in front of you. Trying to think. Optionally, you could double flash if you're going first, so you can get some more info / space. And then defense, look at mini map until the last possible second. as you're rotating so you can see where your players are, teammates are, and where the enemies could possibly be. Okay. Just gotta gather that info and defense. Kind of the name of the game for this attack and defense. It's a little bit of mini mapping, so you can kind of figure out what to do.
Yeah.
And then mechs training, I would say, is we'll add the easy bots turned around and flicking back to the bot on spawn noise to practice fast flicks. Yeah. Probably what I would do for this week.
Okay. Doable.
Definitely doable. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't think so. I think it'll just also be playing on that map more because, yeah, when you pulled it up, I mean, I noticed that it was a 0% win rate, but it also was less plays than all the other maps. So
Yeah.
probably
Less
just need to get more
repetitions.
practice in. Yeah.
It's a harder map too, for sure, like for the execs. But yeah, I think at least for this game that I saw, the clear problem was just the pacing, spacing, flashing thing.
All right. I'll keep that in
Alrighty.
mind.
Oh yeah, let me add optionally could do this on lower sensitivity, so easier when you increase your sensitivity back to normal. Definitely optional. Some people don't prefer to train this way, but I find that since it isolates a little bit better, it does it a little bit quicker.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah,
I already
that's,
noticed a difference when I switched it back. So.
Yeah, pretty much. It's good. It's good. But hopefully that helps your split. I think using the flashes will definitely help. For sure.
Oh, and health, and I need to keep in mind to use my health more.
Yeah, the grabbing the orbs, man, that's a tough one. I would say just put that in the back of your head, but don't think about that one too much. That's like a secondary issue right now.
Yeah, I think in my head I have it. The reason why I don't grab it as often is because, I mean, I'm not sure where the other opponents are, and then also if I'm like above 70, I'm like, oh, I don't want to waste it right now, but then maybe I get hit immediately and then lose more. I don't know.
Typically you heal anytime your health is below 120.
Oh, okay.
Because you want to... It's like the difference between dying to a Vandal and 3 body shots or 4. So I think 2 body shots is 80, 3 body shots is 120, and then 4 is like 150 something. So,
Okay.
yeah, you've got to be above the 120 threshold, basically.
That is good to keep in mind. I wasn't even thinking about that. I just remember like one of our first conversations, and you said like if your health is below 30, you can play like a rat, but before that point, then don't. So I just had like a lower number in mind, I guess.
I gotcha. No, that's fair. I think the Reyna heal is it caps out at 50 anyways.
Oh, okay.
So I think it used to heal you more, but now it's just 50, but it keeps the entire round, like the overheal. So pretty much if you take 50 points of damage, you might as well just use it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Alrighty. Well, definitely good luck on the week. I am hopeful that we'll continue to climb, but at the same time, it's not a big deal if you don't. I think playing more aggressive with the flashes could definitely lead you to die more. It also could lead you to get more kills because you win a lot more of your duels right now. But yeah, we'll see how this week goes. Definitely see how this week goes. But definitely do the mech training. I think this will help do all the other things for sure.
Okay. I will prioritize that then.
Alrighty. Well, if you have questions, reach out. Otherwise, I'll let you do your thing for this week.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Likewise. You have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye.
Oops. I'm still in the call. And I'm still in the party chat. I think I forgot to turn that off the whole time. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave this party. I don't know how to leave. Oh, the big button that says leave party. Alright, alright. Well, lots to consider. I was getting a little anxious about the split map, which is why we covered that today. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for all the help. Hello. Chat all condensed into one.
with 16 viewers.
Hope you're having a great day. Thank you, I am. Hope you are too. Technically, I didn't have work today, but I did work anyway because I'm not working tomorrow. So... Oh, also had my doctor's appointment. I was indeed taking a little too much iron than I needed, so we're on a lower dose now. There was something that I wanted to talk about with Media Club before I head out, and it looks like we have a little bit of time. So... Iron. Iron. Let's see. Oops. Forgot we're still in the Valorant transition. So, for those of you who don't know or are in need of a little refresher, we've been doing Media Club for the last 6 months. I think we just started in January, so it's time to reconsider how we approach this. Here's my suggestion. I have been inspired by my French tween magazine that I'm subscribed to. Let me get it real quick. So usually for Media Club picks, we just kind of brainstorm in the chat and we just kind of throw things in here on the fly. But I'm subscribed to this tween magazine in French because I read at like a 6th grade level, probably a little less. But they have this whole section, oops, sorry, that's just, you know, recommendations from readers and stuff like that of movies and games and books and magazines. I'm like, why don't we just do that? So I've created, oh, it hasn't updated. I created this form here where you can submit your own Media Club picks, and then we'll have a little section with the blurb submitted by whoever submitted it. You can add an attribution if you want us to know who submitted it, or you can just say anonymous. But this way, the onus is not on me to have a different pick every month. It's more like sharing with each other what we are into lately, an album, a book, a movie, a game, etc. You can submit as many times as you want. I'll just use this as like a, you know, a big bucket of media to choose from, and every month I'll look through them, see what piques my interest, maybe something that's convinced me, and we'll do our 4 picks that way. So that's how I think we'll do Media Club moving forward. If you have any suggestions for how to improve, feel free to let me know, but this is kind of the idea. So you want to split your responsibility for Media Club, got it. Well, the problem is that we're just we're basing this off of nothing right now. Whereas if we base it off of like someone else's love for it, it makes it a little more compelling to participate, you know? Right now I feel like it's just me that's doing this. I know some of you are following along and maybe less chatty about it. We do have the discussions in the Discord. The discussion links are all listed here, for example, but to make it feel more engaging and more participatory, if that makes sense. I think that this will help at least a little bit get the gears turning. You just said exactly what I said in different words. No, I'm offering context. I'm offering context for it. But yeah, that's just maybe for the next couple months, see how we feel about doing it more as a community rather than just off the top of my head picking things. So maybe next stream on Wednesday we'll go through any submissions that get thrown in here or I'll do that on my own time, and then I'll just share the highlights and put them in here on stream. If that sounds good to you. Sounds cool, actually. Perfect. And then my goal is to kind of have it at the same, let me see if I can find that page again. At the same kind of level. So if you want to just include a paragraph or so of why this is your pick. So like this whole section, I mean, you don't have to go that in depth, but just convince me and convince chat that it's a good media pick, you know? But we'll see how that goes. I've not made much progress for May, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna start Date the Diver on Saturday, which is technically June. Oh, wait, no, it's not. We have 31 days this month, so technically still May. Technically still May. Also still have not read this. I was gonna buy tickets for Sinners last week, but none of my friends wanted to go with me, and then I procrastinated on buying tickets for myself. Maybe I'll go this week. I've seen Sinners and heard Billy Woods. Yeah, I haven't listened to any music. I posted this on Instagram earlier, either yesterday or today, I literally don't know. But my last FM chart, comparatively, it's the least amount of music I've listened to in the last like 4 years. Kind of crazy. Sounds like the perfect day to see a movie. Actually, you're kind of right. Tomorrow I'm hanging out with Teiji for most of the day, and then maybe in the evening I can just stop by the movie theater. Also, it's kind of fun. The cinema here, look what it's called. Oh my god, I need to turn off this scene transition. It's called Path. Well, it's called actually I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's me! It's for me! Anyway, I just thought it was funny. I've been going to these theaters for the last 5 years. And I still can't get over it. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share is Media Club and progress on Valorant. We already looked at my tracker, but I did hit Silver 2 yesterday, and then I lost my first game there, so I'm back down at 1 RR Silver 2. Pathé pour toi, pour moi. Half-men? What? Yes. On Wednesday, alongside the Media Club picks, we'll also be doing... Oh my god. We'll also be doing a chill and chatty co-working session, so I hope to see you there. I'm bringing some customizable VTuber assets that I bought, and I'm just gonna do those on stream. You can bring whatever else you want to work on alongside me. The overlay got fucked up and it said Path Men. I didn't see that, but... Secret Valo stream later? Blink twice if yes. Just kidding. I don't know. I kind of want to do them off stream. Try to get into a decent group with Silver 2. But we'll see about it. So, thank you so much for hanging out. Stay for the raid. Let's see who's online. Otherwise, hope you're having a good morning, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope you have a good one. And I will see you on Wednesday or in the green room. Okay. Bye, 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 bye. Pedro Shirley, he needs the viewers. Let's see. Oh yeah, we can do Senna and Valkyrie and Emeru. They're all in Paris right now.
Meanwhile, I was wasting time thinking things were fine, but you had other plans. Behind your weak disguise, all the worthless lies, it was wrong and now I know. Don't think that I won't try, this is not goodbye.
I heard you guys are all hanging out later, I wish.
pushed around, always lost, not found, but I didn't realize. Like a giant standing in my way, leading me astray. Now it's time for me to rise. I knew I had to find myself. Turns out I'm on